Hey guys, and welcome back to Pokemon Sun. What a ghastly vision we see before us. This is Po Town. It is now bereft of its usual citizens, as Team Skull have taken it over and essentially made it into their base of operations. A drastic change of scenery from the bases of the enemy teams in other games. Like Giovanni had, well, he had quite a few. He had the Viridian Gym, he had Silphco, he was buffered around in the Celadon Game Corner and whatnot, and Lysander had that underground thing, which was kind of boring, but hey ho, it goes with the territory, I suppose.
I gotta say, I really, really like Po Town, actually. It's a great locale. I love the atmosphere, I love the mood. The music really contributes to that and really kind of sets up this place as basically just a dank hole. And not dank in the cool way. I'm talking about dank, just kind of this, grungy place that Team Skull has decided to make their homes. Even though it's really not ideal, I would think, for living. It just kind of helps connect with the fact of, why Team Skull exists and exactly the kind of people that are associated with it. It sets the mood really well.
We're going to have to fight our way through a lot of Team Skull grunts during the course of our adventures, getting that Pokemon back for the kids, etc. So, buckle down, guys. We're taking the fight to the enemy team.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of that as we go through this. As a whole, I don't want to give away too much yet, but as a whole, I didn't really find Po Town to be that challenging. Mostly the main challenge was kind of just getting up to the end of it and getting to where you need to go in order to find the Pokemon. Even when we fight the guy at the end, I'm trying to dodge around his name, but we can all probably guess. That wasn't too bad. There was one puzzle that threw me off, but that's because I'm stupid, so that's probably why that occurred.
Well, there is a series of clues you can pick up that will give you the right way of doing things, but you've got to be paying attention, You've got to be thinking like Team Skull in the process.
So, not thinking at all, then.
Nice one.
Yeah, that was pretty fly, I think. It was, in fact, dope.
Okay, they've each got one. Not too bad, not too bad.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't just take us on in a double battle. If they're trying to gang up on me, you think they would kind of work together. I mean, yes, I'd just deploy two of my Pokemon and kick the shit out of them anyway. But that would at least be a little bit more of a sound battle strategy than just doing one at a time.
Yeah, it's something that Pokemon Sun and Moon don't do all that often, to their credit. But, sometimes they have to adhere to the rules of padding in Pokemon games and fight you one at a time. Usually, they will gang up on you, which is pretty cool. It gets rid of the fluff and gets you straight to the stuff.
To be fair, a lot of the trainers in this game actually have less Pokemon. I've talked about that in the past. Where I was wondering, why do they only have 1 to 3 Pokemon? I then realized it was to help you get through the game faster, because you have to remember, in the past, even when you're going through later game dungeons, you would be fighting guys with 4 or 5 fucking Pokemon each, and it would drag after a while, especially, if you were going through a cave with random encounters and things like that. So this is just another example, I believe, of them just kind of streamlining the game down. Now, as I've been finding out, when you get near to the end of the game, and the post-game, of course, they just kind of ramp all the fucking Pokemon at you to give you some really challenging teams, which is fine, in my opinion.
Oh my god, they're rapping at us, THD.
Throw money at them and leave. Here's some dollars. Get a real education course. Get out of here.
Hey, yo, spin it, Spinder. Spinder.
Yeah, that's exactly what a Spinda sounds like. Thank you, Parappa, for that enlightening gesture you did there.
Team Skull represent. We can't pay the rent. Had a lot of fun, but our youth was misspent, yo.
Please do not read all of it, first off. Secondly, I actually really like these guys because Po Town does have a Pokemon Center. This is it. Obviously, they've taken it over. All you have to do is basically give them $10, and they'll heal your Pokemon for free. And really, that's not that much of a big dip in the bucket. So it's kind of nice that you have that option. I don't think, if I recall correctly, I do not think you can actually fly directly to this Pokemon Center. You can fly to the front of Po Town, with a Charizard, but I don't think you can fly to this one specifically. And if you come back later on, they will actually sell you a Team Skull top.
Ooh.
I thought it was going to be like a jacket like Guzma had, because I really, really want a jacket for my guy. It's not, though, so I decided ultimately to not wear it. I just prefer this straight-up black. But, hey, the option is there.
Yeah, you should be able to buy his goggles, after events happen later in the game. I very nearly spoiled something, though.
Yeah, you gotta watch out, man.
Is he dreaming that he's a Pokemon?
When you buy the top, these guys at the counter will leave, but this guy sleeping on the floor will still be there. They just fucking dropped his ass, man.
Oh, man.
Hey man, have you heard about productivity systems and scheduling stuff in your calendar so you can get stuff done and not be lazy? I would make an awful rapper, because I would just rap about fucking Office Depot all the time.
DJ Productivity. Yo, you gotta get up on time and support your family. Word to your mother.
Have responsibilities and pay the rent so you can get a good job and you can go to college. Yeah, I'm like one of those self-esteem rappers that visited like middle schools and just have like the worst songs in the history of the world.
Alright, let's get this battle over and done with. See, double battle.
I guess I will ask the obvious question and ask why two grunts are standing here in front of this hole that you have to go through in order to progress, because the barricade is in the way, just waiting to jump anybody into a Pokemon battle. Was this their guard post, or were they just loitering?
Well, I guess you could say Team Skull Grunts are loitering at any given moment in time, but yeah, they're probably just trying to, because they're too lazy, they couldn't just patch it up. They just stuck a couple of grunts in front of there, since they work for minimum wage, if they even get paid at all, I guess they just coast on the fact that they're being all cool and rebellious and part of a gang family.
Is there a place where a Team Skull Grunt cannot loiter? Like, it's physically impossible. The sun? Let's try making them loiter on the sun. I think that will be an interesting experiment.
Places of learning?
That's true. I imagine they were going to a school, they would just, like, completely disintegrate and melt, like the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, let's see here. Golbat's gonna get the Volt Switch, and as for Fatcade, over there, bit of first impression, motherfucker.
I kind of wish they would have made a comment on the fact that you have a Golisopod, because that's Guzma's ace, obviously. Hopefully we get to see him, take on that Golisopod later in a battle of who is the wimpiest and the lowest of them all.
Yes, Diary of a Wimpod.
I like Volt Switch because it looks like Pikachu is firing like sonic booms from Street Fighter. You ever notice that?
A little bit.
Well, it's either that or Razor Donuts, which, trust me, are delicious, although the gut pain afterwards is totally not worth it.
That's mildly annoying, but it only makes me angrier!
Mildly angrier, though. I'm only as angry as the amount of damage I can take.
I love how if you look at, like, Toucan's beak, he has basically an angry meter. Like, it starts at the head. He's mildly angry, a nice pale yellow, but closer to the tip of the beak, oh, it's burning bright red.
That's true, it gets angrier and angrier until he's black. It's like his beak is super angry at the tip. I guess that explains Beak Blast, where, you can burn people in response.
I can't not think of Emergency X as Bites the Dust from now on.
Yeah, because I've been talking about it on Twitter because I've been wanting to find art of that. I was actually thinking of drawing it myself, and I'm not very good at it, but I would be the only one to actually make that kind of thing. I don't know.
Well, that was a fulfilling battle that didn't make me want to kill myself.
By the way, the best thing to do when you are loitering is to do it in the rain without a shirt on. So when you catch that cold, everybody will know that you are in fact a loitering king.
Just wear a jacket, kids, when you go out in the rain. That's all we're trying to put across here. We feel responsible for you guys. I mean, you're already watching terrible videos. We don't want to pollute your minds any further.
Actually, I kind of want to see like a Team Skull Grunt, after this is all over, she's like, alright, I gotta go back to society now. And then, because remember we saw, one of the punk girls at, a hairstylist? I want to see a comic about that, where she, has to get that kind of job. She's, a hairstylist, because she can do it, and she just kind of ends up in all these kind of, mishappenings as a result. That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah. Aw, gotta cure him of the poison.
I'm trying to think if there's a quote relevant to that, from that movie, but I haven't actually seen that movie, so that may be a little
What
hard.
movie are you talking about?
Because you trained Wimplo wrong as a joke.
Yeah, I'm not fucking psychic, mate. You've got to explain these things sometimes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you were grass type. My bad.
Your berries are yellow.
What type would I be, I wonder?
Your berries are black. Sorry, I've been watching Kung Pao fucking compilations recently. Sorry, you were saying?
I was wondering what Pokemon type I would be if you are grass type, assuming that actually matches you, of course.
Why would I be grass type, exactly?
I don't know. You're green? I don't know.
Oh, we're talking about favourite colours and the like.
Something like that. Is that your favorite color, actually?
Yeah, it is. Emerald green.
Okay, well, I like blue, but I wouldn't really be much of a water type. I'm trying to think. I think I would be steel, because that is just awesome, and steel is usually involved with robots, and I tend to like robots a lot.
I think I've actually gotten to the bottom of what you were blathering about there. On Twitter, I was assigning Pokemon, like, gym leader types and such to the various HFC members, and I came to the conclusion that Helldragon would be a pretty good bug type user like Guzma, really.
I opposed to that at first, I admit, but as I thought about it, I was like, I actually like a lot of bug type Pokemon. Like, I would run Scizor, I'd run a Golisopod, I'm trying to think of another bug type I like, a Galvantula, and things like that. I actually think that would work out pretty well for me. And of course, Vikavolt, my fucking boy.
Yeah.
Because he's basically my Tower of Grey in that regard.
Well, don't forget Rabombi. So you've got Bug Fairy with Rabombi, Galvantula, Bug Electric or Electric Bug, or whatever. You've got Vikavolt, who's kind of doing the same thing there, but there's no rule that's saying you can't have, like, two Pokemon of the same type. Any team. Steel and Bug, or Bug and Steel with Scizor. The list just goes on.
I think I want to kind of sit down and actually figure out my final bug-type team. Might as well do that.
Alright, we actually got a request to beat up a Pokemon. I've been waiting for this day.
Oh, honey, I don't know about that. I've been fighting so many Team Skull guys, I just don't think I've got the energy for that anymore. So, if it's being too rowdy, like, the grunt should help you just kind of get into the corner and, like, mud stomp a hole in its ass? I don't know.
Jesus.
Okay, it's a little bit brutal, but Team Skull, man, they are some of the most brutal. I'm sorry, I can't finish that.
I was gonna say. Don't worry, ma'am, I've got the perfect recipe to calm down a rowdy Pokemon. Wrestling moves.
I remember one time I was having a little bit of trouble with that, and I went to a doctor, and he immediately put me in a full Nelson, and I immediately felt better.
He tombstoned you onto, like, the little table and whatnot.
Just tombstone. That'll be $2,000.
By God, it's over. He needs a hospital. This atmosphere is so oppressive. I actually really dig it.
And of course, they've been making their chalk drawings on the ground. I'm kind of surprised they haven't washed it away, but oh well.
Well, they must be using, like, really heavy-duty graffiti and whatnot. Sorry, spray paint cans and such.
Another thing I like about Potown's design is that it kind of reminds me of an area you would find in, like, Resident Evil. There's, like, a lot of little passages everywhere, blockades, things like that, and obviously, the atmosphere is very oppressive. It's like a section of Raccoon City you would go to, and I kind of like that.
I was thinking more Metal Gear Solid, actually. It's got a very stealthy kind of appeal, because you don't have to fight all the trainers around here. You can easily sneak past them and whatnot.
That's true. I actually was like, if she shows up in a little bit, there's like... Well, hold on, you gotta fight this guy first. I'll talk about her in a minute.
I'm just going to give you all a sneak peek of the inner sanctum of Potown, the mansion where the main man himself can be found.
Yeah, your boy and mine. Good thing I'm being stealthy and not attracting any attention right now. Go Golisopod!
Go Zekrom! Oh, Jesus!
Nailed it.
Alright, Zubat, let's see how powerful you are.
You're really asking that to a fucking Zubat of all Pokemon?
Well, I don't know. He could get you in like a friggin' loop with like Confuse Ray and like slowly whittle you away with poison damage and such.
And then I can kill him with one hit with an electric attack, so... Actually, now that I think about it, are there any caves nearby where this guy could have found his Zubat?
Not to the best of my knowledge, but you can find Zubats, like, out in fields and such.
That's true. I don't know. The minute I see a Zubat, I just fucking turn tail and run, because I've kind of been done with Zubat for a very long time.
Okay, let's switch back to Heltigre.
Yeah, at least he's got a Ghastly, which is a Pokemon that can eventually become something worth a damn. Although, I guess Crobat would be okay, you know, if you did, right? I don't know.
Okay, never mind, not Heltigre, THD.
Okay, well, there's an H in there, so it pretty much counts.
Yeah, attack me now, fucker, just do it.
You ever get so mad that you burn a fucking ghost in the face?
All the time, all the time. Nice.
Okay, the loser of this fight is gonna have to spray paint himself with his own graffiti, so I'm looking forward to this.
Thankfully, my tag is literally just a complete recreation of my face, so it'd be literally just like painting a second face on top of my original face. I'm wacky like that.
I understand that female sandalets are kind of reserved for Plumera, but I kind of wanted to see like a random grunt have one just to see how he got lucky enough, because those things are hard to fucking find, man. I had to get like a Sylveon from somebody who knew a particular ability in order to attract a female sandalet, and even then I was still rolling the dice pretty bad. I don't know.
Took me a fair while to find one in Moon, I can tell you that much. Oh, almost to level 40, Sparkster. You'll eventually reach your destiny, my friend. Don't you worry. But as for our destiny, it lies in the next part of Pokemon Sun. See you then.